Meanwhile, America and China are already locked in an intense trade war. Many experts had claimed that India is in a good position to capitalize on that. But with Washington cutting off special market access to India, you can throw that argument out of the window now. Access to American markets will become tough for some Indian exporters. But all is not over. What are India's options then? The changing tide of geopolitics serves up both opportunities and challenges for India. The trade war between America and China has not gone down well with American companies. Take the case of Apple. Apple relied heavily on Chinese companies for manufacturing its phones, its computers, its tablets. But if the situation between Washington and Beijing escalates any further, Apple could potentially be cut off from China. It will have to move its manufacturing elsewhere. Companies like Apple are considering alternatives already. Countries other than China that could offer them large-scale manufacturing and also a big market to sell. And India is such an option. In fact, Apple has already begun moving parts of its iPhone manufacturing to India. Other companies could find a new home. If not India, then perhaps Indonesia, Malaysia, Mexico, Thailand, Vietnam. These are the other options. India has the opportunity to turn itself into a major export hub. The idea is to attract big investment away from China. A reform of existing policies and an easier entry route could enable that. And this formula could very well be the booster shot that the Indian economy needs right now. Growth, we know, has slowed down. Exports from India have dropped. By the end of the last financial year, India's Commerce Ministry had said that merchandise exports had touched a record high. Their value was a little over $331 billion. But the Commerce Ministry missed its own goal of $350 billion. There is more potential. Bringing in more investment could give India's exports a boost. Increasing exports can lead to job creation. A report by the World Bank claims that a boost in exports will create better jobs and higher wages in India. It can also increase employment of youth and women in the formal sector. There's a lot to gain. India will have to navigate its way out of this situation with America. New Delhi has two options. It could either choose to retaliate by slapping tariffs on American goods, but if cooler heads prevail, India will return to the negotiating table. Support from the American business community could help in tilting the scales in India's favor. This story is, of course, far from over.